Silence is when it all began falling apart. I was always a clumsy speaker, and we couldn't find one another in that scarcely room. Mark my words, I say I'm guilty of no poetry. I was working, I confess. See the courage in her eyes in that scarcely room. There were words of disagreement, but we talked to find the answers in a mutual disposition that scarcely room. How can I find a reason to love you when I don't love myself? How can I find a reason to love you when I don't love myself? How can I find a reason to love you when I don't love myself? How can I find a reason to love you when I don't love myself? How can I find a reason to love you when I don't love myself? How can I find a reason to love you when I don't love myself? How can I find a reason to love you when I don't love myself? When I don't love myself. When I don't love myself.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to IMLTV London session. Sorry about the delay. I actually had some new people on the team actually come down and link up, so I kind of lost track of time or anything like that. But I just wanted to make sure still come onto the session and be able to kill this for every single person. So I truly apologize for the inconvenience. Is everybody good to go? Everybody, can everybody see my screen? Can everybody hear me loud and clear? Awesome. So we're gonna recap on exactly what happened yesterday, but like I said, for everybody that's on here, I'm gonna brief all the new people so they understand how to utilize these sessions real quick, and also break down some myths for some people so they understand, the common mistakes that people make when it comes to trading, the obligation they feel when it comes to taking these trade steps in the first place. But well, I have this tab up. Oh, here's a fun fact. He says random, but I've been saying this for the past week. Has anybody ever seen this happen? I know we see it like once or twice or whatever. You always say make a wish. But I had to research it because I kept seeing it like in the morning, at night, for like 6 days in a row. Has anybody ever seen this before? It's crazy, right? And I'm gonna break it down into the whole mentality aspect behind everything when it comes to trading currencies. Now, the reason why I bring this up too as well is because one of the most neglected concepts when it comes to when you first start trading is your mentality aspect and your vibrations. When people come onto the charts with a negative mindset, when they come to the charts with the eager mindset, when they're anxious because they want to make trades, if you're that type of person that's literally been, you know, um, forcing everything or relying on trading for the income that you don't have, you know, that's when everything changes. Okay. I used to come on here. Like the truth is, it's like when I first, started, trading, right? I used to come on with this mentality. I used to come on with this mentality all the time of, eagerness, anxious, so that way I could be able to like take the trade. It's like there's times where I was like, you know what, I don't have this money for this thing, but I'm gonna rely on trading to do this. I'm gonna rely on trading to cover these bills. I'm gonna rely on trading to cover this trip. So when you start to do um, these things, when you start to come into forex, you have to have an emotional disconnection from it. You have to be at peace with your mind, and you have to come on with a positive mindset. Has anybody ever came into like trading currencies with a negative mindset? So if you're a person that's on this chat and you're impatient and you're just rushing for trades and you want to look at charts and you want to go into these different currency pairs, the truth is you might make a little bit of profits here and there, but you will make profits consistently because you have to be able to get to a certain point where you're very patient. Does that make sense? It was crazy because once I started understanding meditation, once I understood, breathing and calming of the mind and just waiting for things to happen, that's when I started to realize it's like, oh, patience is the number one factor when it comes to trading. That's all it is patience. Patience. So once you have that patience, you could be able to wait for those trade setups. I brought this up at regionals all the time. It's like you're waiting for, if you're a surfer, you're waiting for that wave to happen. People don't go onto the ocean and automatically get on the surfboard and start riding that wave. They're literally waiting and they're waiting and they're waiting and they're waiting. And once that wave starts to come is when they start to paddle. When they start to paddle with the wave, they go with the wave, not against it. And that's the reason why I go with the whole trending aspect. If it's going up, I'm looking for buy positions. If it's going down, I'm looking for, sell positions. But I'm just gonna give you guys this. It's just a little fun fact and get away a little bit from the trading aspect. But I've been saying this all the time, so it's crazy. First meeting is to pay attention to your thoughts. You start manifesting your true self. You start to remember yourself. You're on the path of awakening. Set an intention. And I'm telling you guys right now that once you really start to tap into these high frequencies, once you really start to tap into understanding and believing, because I know it sounds a lot of like cliche stuff. I know it sounds like it's like too good to be true with a success lifestyle, being able to travel the world, But at one point, I was sleeping on my friend's floor. At one point, I didn't know what was going on. All I knew that this was my only outlet. All I knew was that I was destined for success, and I will do whatever it takes to be able to master this craft because this is the one thing in my life that was going to help me, fix and solve a lot of the problems. One of the problems is what? Owning my time. One of the problems is what? Having that financial stability. So if you come onto this with this mindset, coming into trading currencies, understanding that this is a skill set and that this is a craft, that's when things start to change. Okay? So does anybody here still want to be impatient when it comes to the trade setups? Is there anybody here that's just rushing to enter into a trade? Or are we all have that patient mindset? We all have that abundance mindset. We all have that positive frequencies. Perfect. Yeah, of course. We have to learn the hard way, you know? We have to learn the hard way. Patience, 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 patience. Okay. Let me give 2 minutes of briefing the new people. Number one, IMO Academy Basics 1 through 4, and then IMO Academy Technical Analysis. Okay. IMO Academy Basics 1 through 4, IMO Academy Technical Analysis. Now, you go through Basics 1 through 4, you understand the terminology, the history of Forex, the different currency pairs, the different types of sessions, the different types of orders, etc. And then the technical analysis aspect breaks down TradingView platform, breaks down the 4 confirmations. So if there's any questions when it comes to Chris, what are the 4 confirmations? I'm just going to say technical analysis. If there's any questions on take profits or stop losses, technical analysis. If there's any questions on the TradingView platform, technical analysis. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because I want you guys to learn how to be independent when it comes to trading, because once you start to realize that once you have the skill set and you understand the basic technicals behind everything, you're literally on your own island. Like, you're controlling everything yourself. You're the one that's on the charts analyzing the pairs. You're the one that's drawing everything up and having the different confirmations, with everything. Does that make sense? Everybody follow me so far? Okay. Now for the sessions aspect, for the sessions, Sundays and Thursdays at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern is going to be the beginner session. And that's where I go more into detail on the technicals. I go more into detail on the psychological aspects. And then on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at 2 a.m. Eastern, which is Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 11 p.m. Pacific, is pretty much the trade setups. Okay, so we go over trade setups. If there's any trade setups, we'll go from there, and I'll be able to draw it all up, mark it all up, explain it so you understand the reason of why, and then I'll put it into the chats as well, so that we have a visual reference for it. Okay. Any questions on that? Any questions on the prerequisites? Any questions on the technical analysis aspect? Any questions on the sessions, times, anything? Perfect. All right. Awesome. Cool. Now let's recap. Let's look at what's going on. Okay. So we could go into detail and dissect this. Okay. So if I'm looking at these trade setups, if I'm looking, say, for instance, on the 4-hour chart, I want you to understand the reason why I like looking at higher time frames. It's because when you look at higher time frames, there's less candles. Whereas here, if you look at 4 hour, look how chaotic it is if I go on the 15 minute. It's kind of hard to justify exactly where price is moving to, correct? But if I go higher time frames, you start to see, okay, for every one of these candles represents a 1 hour candle. And this represents every candle is a 4 hour candle, okay? What are the extras? What is it that you can learn after technical analysis? Please explain how to confirm the harmonic scanner setups. Guys, does everyone understand exactly what I just briefed when it comes to what these sessions are for and exactly how to utilize it properly? So if I'm teaching, if you go through IMO Academy and you understand the terminology and the basics, then you go through technical analysis, you understand how to draw everything up. And then you come on to the beginner sessions, so you understand the psychological aspects behind everything. And you also understand, the technicals in detail. And then here is where we call it the trade setups, so that we can enter into the trades. So if you're coming on here to learn how to draw everything up, and I'm also calling out trades for you and giving you the confirmations to it, why do you want to go ask questions about everything else? Make sense? Do you guys want to know about how to look for a trade, enter in a trade, become profitable in a trade, and to know the difference of when and where to enter? Okay. Awesome. So look at this. This is what I'm going to do. Look at this. I'm going to show you guys this. So if you're looking, say for instance here on the 4 hour, right? Look at these pieces that I want to teach everybody how to capture. I want every single person to be able to capture these major pieces. I'm going to show you guys exactly how to capture these pieces, okay? Before I say there's a certain way of being able to take these trades, right? So what I'm doing is I'm just going to gather these pieces of the market that we can attain, okay? I'm going to show you how. So that way you can get used to it. Okay. Now look at this. So I'm going to show you this. Look, how many pips is this? Okay, 426 pips, all the way down 736 pips. Okay, look at this, 250 pips, 541 pips, 334 pips, 760 pips. You guys see how many pips this is? Now here's the difference maker with this whole thing, so that way people kind of understand. Are you willing to wait a couple days for things to happen in order for it to be ready, right? For all these trade setups, I'm going to show you something. These are all the best entries, correct? This is how I got good at trading. Exactly. I'm teaching you exactly what I would do to get good at trading. It's right here. This is the homework that I would do. The problem is yes, we understand on the fact that you could be able to watch the videos and come onto the sessions, but the one thing that really took it to the next level was drawing everything up. Going back into the market and knowing that history repeats itself and asking myself, okay, these are all the best entries. Why can't people capture these? What is the problem with the mentality aspect? How come we can't take these trades, right? So here's the first thing that I recognize, right? Number one, I want to be selling on a downtrend. If you see price that is moving into a downwards direction, the reason why I circle these areas is because if I press sell here, price never went above here, right? If I press sell here, price never went above here. If I press sell here, price never went above here. If I press buy here, price never went below. If I press buy, price never went below. If I press buy, price never went below. Price never went below. Does everybody see that? So when you take a trade, the whole main goal is the fact of being a little to no drawdown, which means that you're as low as negative, like you're not as much negative before you go positive. Like it's a short amount of time that you're a little bit negative and then automatically you're positive. How would you feel if you took a trade and you're only negative for a little bit and then after that it just stayed positive the whole time? How would you feel? Okay. But here's a self-realization that I figured out when it comes to these trade setups. Say for instance, all this was happening, right? Look at this. I found out here just for these levels, okay? Okay, look at this. So say your price is here. Am I willing to wait? If say your price is right here and you know that it did this drop and it's coming up to retrace, am I willing to wait like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days for this trade setup to happen? Even when price came back up and came back to this point, that was another 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 days for this to happen, okay? Then when price broke this area right here, and I saw this level of support testing as resistance, was I willing to wait after this trade went to profit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days for it to happen again? Okay? Oh my goodness. Fredericksburg, Texas. That was a while ago, man. Yo, that's crazy. Fredericksburg, Texas. That's crazy. All right. So I started to realize I was like, wait, it's all about patience. All you gotta do is wait. If say I took this trade here, look at this, right? Price drop, but it took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days for this to happen. So the thing is, it's like the whole point is like when you have these trade setups, okay? It's like you have these trade setups in your arsenal. In your arsenal. And it's not even the fact of going back in your history, is I'm just showing you guys and like how I got better at trading by just going back and just marking it all up. It's not like there's a certain point. Look, right here, when it broke this ceiling, okay, price came, all of a sudden 1, 2, 3, 4 days before it started going up. Are you willing to wait for that? Here, retraced, okay? Once it broke this ceiling, it took what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, pretty much 7 days for this to happen. I don't recommend any pairs for any starters. You go to the pair that's either moving or not moving. If price is in sideways movement, don't trade it. If price is moving up or down, then trade it. Simple as that. So you guys see the patience factor with all this. You see how with this style of trading, to be patient for it, you look closely. Watch. Look at this simple concept right here. This will blow your mind. Now look at that. There's an area here where price tested support as resistance. What's crazy is that there's a trend line too. So you're telling me that drawing a trend line from here to here to here, that after price broke this floor, that I had to wait 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days, right? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 days for it to finally drop. In order for me to be confirmed to collect 731 pips. Do you guys see the simplicity behind that? But the truth is, are we willing to wait? How did you come up with your numbers? What numbers? So like, look at that. Boom, perfect, right? Then you look over here. Watch this. So look at this. Look at this. Ceiling, floor, break, floor, become ceiling. Awesome. Look right here. Break floor, become ceiling. Awesome. Look, this would have been another entry right here. Look at this. So that would have been another piece. Look at that. So it's like floor, ceiling, floor, ceiling, floor, ceiling, okay? Floor, right? Well, that's the floor over here. Like floor, ceiling. Then the floor here didn't happen, didn't break the floor. It actually broke a ceiling, became a floor, ceiling, floor. Continued moving up, continued breaking. This was near ceiling that it broke, came back down, floor. Look, broke this ceiling, came back down, floor. Look at that. Then what happened here? There's a floor here, broke it, became the ceiling. Floor broke, became ceiling. Floor broke, became ceiling. Floor didn't get broken. Then the ceiling broke above, and the ceiling became a floor. Like, do you guys see the pattern behind this? Look how simple this was. Like, you could have got the whole entire pieces for this downtrend, this uptrend, and this downtrend. How wild is that? So the whole main point is the fact that you could have caught this entire pieces, right? 700 pips here over 1,000 pips. That could have been 7,000 on a standard, 10,000 on that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's powerful. No, it wasn't 1,000 pips in a day. You could do that if you're doing on multiple pairs. Okay. Do you guys want the screenshot for this? And when you add all four confirmations of the technicals of the trend lines, zones, pullbacks, everything, the trends, you can see how trending it is. It's all about patience. And once you have patience, you see how easy it is. Super easy, super simple. Perfect. Awesome. Did everybody have a good London session? Because I honestly feel that the value for all this, a lot of people could make a lot of money from this if they apply this information. Awesome. Well, I appreciate you guys. I wanted to go more into detail on this and not overwhelm you guys with a whole bunch of information. So take this, however you want to take it, study it. You can watch the recording on this, and I'll see you guys in the next session.